welcome to the show. You are now playing the Bevel's Advocate. I'm Ryan Reese. I'm with my co-host Tony Stabile, and also joined by Marley Griggs. And then next to him is the always pleasing and very wholesome Chad Covington.
What's poppin'?
Hey, what's up, Chad?
Trying to avoid that Covington this time of year, you know.
Right. Covington. Sorry, I messed it up. I'm so used to saying COVID these days. COVID. It slipped my tongue. But it's weird. I can't. Can you guys see me and all that?
Oh yeah.
Because my eyes are closed, and it's like I've been outside all day, and ever since I've been playing the new Sol 1-Up, right? I've, for some reason, every time I play, my head just starts slowly turning towards the sun. And I just kept staring into the sun. And I just did it for like 45 minutes straight. And so, am I a little red?
Yeah, just a touch.
A little bit there, yeah.
Oh my God, it hurts so bad. Like, I'm not kidding. I was just
the
like,
glasses. It's
man, those definitely helped a little bit. The glasses there.
Yeah, well, it's like it's bright, but yeah, ever since I've played the 1-Up, I just, for some reason, I can't go outside. It's like I need to go out with an umbrella if I'm gonna play the antithesis at all. But anyway, it's still a great kendama, and I'll suffer for it any day. And so I want to thank you again for helping Hone Media with a Sol 1-Up. I mean,
absolutely.
I really couldn't ask for more. I was happy the first time, and I mean it. I feel incredibly lucky to even see it again. I really thought this was a one-time thing that I would nudge Marley, being like, "Wow, can you believe it? Like he actually let us do that." So
what a dummy.
No, but
we tricked him.
Well, I was like grateful. I was like, wow, like somebody actually gave us a chance, and I feel like we did good work. And I remember Marley and I sitting there at the brewery drinking all day, trying to come up with designs. You remember that?
All day.
And oh my God,
we drank all day.
You should have seen some of the crap that we came up with.
We spent you and I spent probably about 2 to 3 weeks. We were both like working and all that. It was like, let's come up with like 5 designs each, and we'll sit down and go over them over 2 to 3 weeks. So we go and we're sketching, we're living our lives, doing all that, and we show up and we look at each other's designs. We're like, this is all shit.
Managed to come up with 10 pieces of trash.
Yeah. Literally, like,
I wouldn't even play.
Yeah, like, I
mean, I'm Chad. Do you do that a lot? Like when you're making kendamas or coming up with new designs, is it a struggle, or like do you ever like throw away designs?
What the fuck did I just do?
I think the times where I've seen the most, I guess, disposable designs is when working with the team on Sol Vibes, or like product lines as a whole, where you're looking at like several different colorways or schemes. You'd also be surprised how many pro players, and not just for Sol, but just pro players in kendama in general, just don't have any ideas for a design for a pro model. And so the fact that you guys even had 5 from the get-go is really impressive, just for the collab. But yeah, I think for the vibes, or 10, yeah, or even 20, potentially 20. Yeah, so if the team, someone comes up to me and says, "Hey, I like these 3 colors," and we just make a board of like literally 20 designs with that color, and like literally like 90% of them are instantly like, nope, that's not gonna work, and it just doesn't look good. So
right,
to get the golden nugget of a design, you really do have to go through a lot. And for pro models, if you don't have at least 3 strong concepts, then if you come in with one concept, I'd be impressed if it came out really good.
So it's you then coming up with, like, if a player doesn't have a concept or colorway or any sort of design whatsoever, you just say, okay, I'll take care of it.
So we kind of just bounce ideas back and forth, and oftentimes it takes 1, 2, 3 people bouncing ideas back and forth to really get a good idea.
No, I agree.
A concept and
just takes multiple perspectives.
Totally agree. Like that's the thing. Marley and I went back and forth, and I mean, it was actually, we thought it would be easy. I'm like, come on, it's like what, 3 colors and 70-30 tracking, like tracking dot on top. How hard can that be? And then when you actually get down to it, it's actually like, wait, how do we do something that's never been done before? And then
we went through that trying to come up with the Bevel's Advocate.
But I think that had a colorway right off the bat and kind of a design that it can like.
But that's, I feel like that you'd think that would make it easier, but it actually ends up boxing you in a way. Like you're like, oh fuck, I didn't put in enough yellow, or I didn't use this, or you know what I mean. You have to.
Really, I mean, but that's what we were doing. Like Antithesis is like a total. Even though it's a collab, it really doesn't have anything to do with Honed besides the people who created it. And then we used Tone Media to create.
Well, we used Skilderness then.
Oh my God, you're taking me back now. I totally forgot about that.
That's an ode to Skilderness right there. That's the cyclone on the top.
Exactly.
That's like holding on to your roots kind of thing right there.
That's when, we tried with that, like kind of that was the homage to Florida. That was like one of the concepts we had out of the many. It was like, okay, it'll be the Floridama. We'll call it that. And it'll just be an ode to Florida. And if you live in Florida, you'll probably buy it. So we know we could at least sell it to those people. But then we were just like, we're kind of, we're not just about this though. And we could probably do something bigger and better and perhaps even more abstract and original, and we also might not be the right ones to say it is the Floridama, and I'm willing to respect that and let somebody else hopefully in the future make that, and it'll be actually an authentic idea behind it or concept behind it, so Antithesis was kind of really just like what I describe it as the most of like one thing me and Marley could both relate to through what we were going through with Skilderness is, this needs to be the opposite. That's what we kept saying back and forth to each other. It's just like, it has to be different. It has to be unlike anything else that is out there. It has to be the complete opposite, or why even bother making it? And, so we did draw inspirations from other things like Twin Peaks or whatever, but like other than that, like even the hurricane logo on the top, like that was definitely more of a Florida Skilderness when we were more like, even when our logo was palm trees,
that was almost one of the designs we sent over, a weather hurricane pattern, like weather radar. And that was one of a few designs that you and I both were kind of into. We were like, okay, this has some potential, but then we broke it down and we were like, all right, I don't know about it. But we like, this is the closest we got back to that original.
Right. Like, you know how you guys see like on a weather radar behind the meteorologist, the like red, blue, green, yellow colors? Like showing the storm, that was like the concept, that like that's where we got the colorway and all that, but we just could not come up with a design that made sense to that. And so
that looked good, because weather radar's ugly as fuck.
It just didn't.
It would probably end up looking like one of those hydro dip, the Target Damas,
the sweet Target Damas. Exactly.
A cold front coming through on the
right
backup Target.
right. Here's something I wanted to ask you about, Chad. Is the whole shopping cart thing in the new video was just to literally represent like add to cart. You know what I mean?
I love it so much. Also, it's like the perfect size for a kendama too. Right.
Or
6 kendamas, whichever,
Yeah, you can put multiple kendamas in here. A whole series of kendamas could fit in here, actually. The Target kendamas in the shopping cart.
Yeah.
So that was like some subliminal messaging you were trying to add to cart.
It's totally visual. You can watch
not subtle at all.
You can watch that new video and be anywhere in the world, and you would be able to understand it. It's like IKEA directions.
I still have to make good use of that one video, just the story post. I meant to do it on the drop. I'll do it after we finish this.
It's okay, Chad. You don't have to. I know you don't care, and you don't. You were trying to sell it all for your website, and I know, and you did it. So you got how has it been selling well on your website?
It's been doing well. We've sold 50 so far. So
really,
I'm happy with that. And that's
Marley handles all of our sales. Marley, how many have we sold?
150.
Oh, 150.
Three times
as much. Really? I didn't know that.
That's awesome.
I wish.
What is it?
We've sold 4.
40?
400?
14.
4.
For who? How many for who?
Marley bought 3 of them.
You mean 4? Marley bought. It was actually 0, and he felt bad.
Save on shipping that way, right?
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you, Marley. I'm glad you like the Dama that much, but no, really,
believe in the product.
I think the Kendama is doing very well on both ends. So I noticed that Antithesis is also kind of dropping like right in the middle of everything you're trying to do with like the new Sol Vibes, and like, do you think people are getting confused that it is a Sol vibe, or it's a part of that, or like what's the whole deal with that?
I don't think so. I think a lot of people now kind of expect collabs, pro models, and then product lines from us. So it's kind of 3 different categories. And so actually the vibes haven't released yet. We are announcing 1 color at a time. So 1 design until all 12 are public, and then we're going to release them on the website together as a collection. So
gotcha. So they're not released. They're just you're just showing what they look like.
Yep. And it's kind of like a 3-week buildup where each player on the team. So I guess, yeah, Sol Vibe, for those who don't know, every player on the Sol Kendamas team designs their own colorway, and then it's part of the one big collection. So 12 total designs, and each player kind of gets their own way of releasing or announcing that kendama. And so you've seen a lot of edits. Some people just want to do like a single trick on Instagram or just a photo. And so we're about a little less than halfway there so far, but have 8 more to go. So
for every team member that's associated with a certain design, you let them kind of handle how they want to present it?
Yeah. And we kind of talked about, we have a really cool idea. We haven't publicly talked about yet, but we're going to make a vibe check edit, and everyone's just 1 trick, 1 B-roll shot of their Dama, their design, into 1 big edit, kind of like a team edit for the vibes. And aside from that, I was like, if you guys want to make, like Kelvin and Carter both said, I want to make my own edit, 2-3 minutes, like full on edit, thematic to their Dama. And then someone else says like, I might do an Instagram trick. They don't want to put in the full grind for an edit. And so I chose to do a 3-trick fix on YouTube for my design.
Right.
And, for me, I was like, I don't want to go too hard, but like, I'd rather do more than just an Instagram trick. And so it seems like a lot of people enjoyed it, and I kind of got to show off my colorway. And
yeah, well, it's interesting that you let kind of the team decide, how they want to go about presenting it. And then not only that, because you get a variety of content that way. It's not all identical. It's not all cookie cutter. One person.
We're not spamming people with YouTube videos or whatever.
There's some people who prefer the YouTube videos, and then there's probably some people who just prefer the 1 trick. Then there's also people who just want to see what it looks like, so they can just look at a picture.
Yeah.
Sometimes
it's also cool and in the spirit of the project itself, because the idea was to let everybody design their kendamas, and then they got to choose how to also present it, which I think is pretty cool.
Right. I think they're more than just playing. I mean, they're playing a Dama. That's, everybody thinks that you just get to design your own pro model or something. You can have an influence of just making any kind of kendama. Like Antithesis is probably like an art kendama, if you want to call it that. Like, that was just something like, that's not me and Marley's pro model. That's not, anything like that. It was more of like a concept, because we know people are just going to play it. It's a kendama, it still has all the specs to play it. But like, it can be more than that. And that's something I've always believed in. And I think that's something exactly like this. I think that's just a different way to do it, is just to, and that's the thing, democratizing it across an entire team of hardcore players. It shows just, you know, the different characteristics and personality of the variety of the team. So I think that's really cool. And so is that the vibe? Everyone gets their own vibe?
Yeah, that was so good. I should honestly put you in charge of the vibe meeting, because you guys summed it up really well.
Yeah. Well, no, that's awesome.
Vibe check, dude.
I've been waiting for something like news, like a new series from Sol, like from the Pioneer. To something like, you know, because everybody craves the pro models, I know, and they're like beloved kendamas now. It's really crazy. Absolutely. And so the demand is high, but I know Sol is more than that, and no, that's just one part of it, man. I mean, like the Sol pro team still relatively small compared to you know how usually big other kendama pro teams can get. And so you know, and every company has something else besides pro mods that's more affordable, or just different corners of the market, you know what I mean? And so I think it's perfect timing for Sol to have something that is just as good as those, but the price point might be different, the aesthetics might be different, and a whole different meeting, whole different way of showing it. And I think that's totally cool. And I think that's something that antithesis thrown in between all of that. You know, it just kind of like I think it shows Sol as a really diverse and open-minded, but yet aesthetic and clean kind of company. And I think that's rad, and a perfect place for a company to be. Any kind of company, like say all those things I just listed for any brand, and it'll probably work. So I think that's totally cool.
Thank you so much. You know, I think we kind of found in 2018 was the first time we had done a collaboration. I would say on a bigger scale. You know, we've had some people like custom paint a Tama or some Kins, but it was the first time that we said we want to collaborate with another brand and create something completely new, equally, you know, both sides providing something. And I'm really happy, you know, now, like I said earlier, people kind of are looking for Sol to collaborate. That's a thing we do. And the product lines, you know, something we did a long time ago. And then as collabs, we started focusing on that and the attention with the pro models. Like early, like the first 3 years of Sol, we didn't even have pro models. And it's so funny, it shifted heavily to pro models or what everyone wants. And it was our staple along the collabs. And so, yeah, really stoked to finally have a website with a variety of options, including coffee and hot sauce. Who, you know,
right.
Again, you know, some crazy stuff going on there. But
so are you a spicy guy? Like, you like spices?
I like spicy food. I don't seek it out. I'm not opposed to it. I can handle spice pretty well. So Shelton, so my brother Shelton, he's my business partner, co-owner of Sol, and he came to me one day. He's like, "Hey, I want to make hot sauce." I was like, it was like so left field.
Dude, that's how it goes. That's how you make hot sauce. Just like, dude, I fucking kind of want to do this. It sounds sick.
I don't know anyone that's made hot sauce that didn't just say they want to make hot sauce and do it. So
yeah, for sure.
He came to me with the idea, and it was themed around Day of the Dead. So we had some just spicy killer hot sauce, cayenne and garlic habanero. So
you know what, this is it right here with all that. Dama to the death hot sauce.
Ooh, like an insane fucking.
That's the next collab.
And we have to make one really big bottle for the winter.
Yeah, right, really right. Like it has to be like ghost pepper, like warning label. like the worst hot sauce you can only eat with a toothpick.
Make a giant like hot sauce bottle trophy with just like one fucking drop,
a little vial. yeah. It's a kendama with a vial of acid hot sauce.
Yeah, right. In like an acrylic Tama, like
right. Oh, that would be awesome. That would like an acrylic bottle and it's all hot sauce. That would be awesome, actually.
All right, I'm taking notes.
Yeah.
Contact Shelton before Dama to the next Dama to the death,
right. Chad, you might be able to help me with this. What is the deal with coffee in kendama? I see like so many different people bring the two together, and is it just because it's like the boutique sides of both things? It's always good coffee. No one's drinking 89-cent 7-Eleven bullshit and going, I love coffee in Kendama. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's news to me.
I'm gonna
Unless you're some random kid in the FKC.
I'm gonna take a picture with a Target Kendama and like a cup of really bad coffee. And be like, I love coffee in Kendama.
Just get your Folgers,
Maxwell
House or whatever.
I mean, I guess they have Starbucks inside Target, so
I guess I could.
That's a quick hit right there.
Right. You can just get both right there.
Even Sweets is on the coffee Kendama thing, with Target, right?
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's what they do. Yeah. Starbucks Kendama. Yeah.
So wow. I think what it is, and you see like cross cultures in Kendama with everything. You talk about skating a lot, yo-yo players, juggling, coffee. When you get into that, kind of like higher quality tier level of coffee, there's that same passion and energy around it as something like Kendama or skating. And it's something, most people who are into it every single day, and even 2, maybe 3 times, or if you're Jake Weens, 4 times a day, drink and make coffee. The process of making coffee is pretty cool and unique. There's so many different ways to make coffee. In the same way, there's so many different ways to play kendama, so many different kinds of kendamas, paint types, wood types, shapes. So I think for that reason, people really get into coffee in the same way they get into kendama and other niche cultures. So.
Right. It's just like anything else then.
Yeah.
But I feel coffee is very, I mean, I guess skating is kind of prevalent in that too. Like you see a lot of skateboarders turn kendama players. So I guess you see a lot of coffee enthusiasts.
Coffee drinkers.
Yeah.
It is interesting because it's not a sport or physical activity.
Right. That's what I mean by like kind of another niche hobby or something like that. Just something else. If you're a kendama enthusiast, you're probably an enthusiast about something else. Or you can be easily led into being enthused by other things. You know what I mean?
How many of you guys, I mean, and I see this currently, but like I had a tech deck when I was in 8th grade. I'm pretty sure every kendama player like has owned a fingerboard at one point in their life,
No, I'm the fingerboarding king, man. I was obsessed with tech decks as a kid, and then I made a documentary about fingerboarding, and so I mean, yeah, that's a no-brainer. Especially when I
related
saw
to Cody Grizz about pink fingerboards. He posted some pink decks, and I was like, yeah, dude, my only I got like a broken knuckle, like one little wooden fingerboard, and I had to go pink.
Pink stained, the veneer.
Yeah. Just I have like a pink blanket. I'm like, that's dude to me that there's something like
exactly. Yeah, you see the wood grain on it and everything. Yeah. It was crazy seeing those made like firsthand up close. It was crazy. I was like, it's just like how you would press a regular skateboard, but literally scaled
on
down.
a tiny scale.
That's gnarly.
Right, and I like that's why the film is called Skateboarding to Scale. But because it was literally just it's the same thing. It's just a different size, and I was just like, wow. And so anyway, enough about that. So okay. Another thing like coffee that kind of blends over with kendama too is like photography and in video. You see all sorts of things in kendama, very much about lensing and optics and photography and video and wide angle lenses, and even with how people shoot on their phone, I think is really interesting now. I cannot do the whole holding the phone and filming thing.
Selfie lace.
I've tried so much, and I never get any of my hand in
it's truly its own skill.
And there's some people who are so good at it, and I'm like, that actually looks kind of cool.
And it looks sick if you're
good at it. Can I tell you the early days why a lot of players, like let's say Nick Gallagher, for example, are so good at that style of filming? Snapchat. Because Instagram didn't have stories. And so like if you were to film selfie on Snapchat, stories was huge for like a handful of years.
Oh yeah.
And this is really fun. Actually, you might be better at this. So this it's called the Willie P. Toe method. And if you're an OG, you know this. So instead of filming selfie, you just go sockless on the floor and you record with your big toe. And so you get that POV from the ground up.
I see. Yeah.
It's just sort of like disorienting and like weird where you can't, the perspective's all weird.
It's like filming from the top too. You know how some people film from like a bird's eye view, like right above the tree, you see the tama like come at you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I think that, it's kind of like reverse ways. So yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah,
I'll try like
Willie
P. Toe method. Yeah, that one's fun.
Yeah.
I didn't know Willie P laid claim to that.
He did, yeah. You just don't want to crack your phone screen. That's the biggest risk.
Yeah, Thomas slams right on it.
And if you get really good, you know, you can even like hit that X in the top left corner.
Start a new
if you're going straight off the story feature, that one's a fun one.
Record it with your Instagram story and then even do all the gifs and everything else and tag people all with your toe.
Actually, I'm sure maybe Willie P, that might be why he doesn't post much anymore. It just got too tired.
Takes him too long.
Right. He got calluses on his toes.
Yeah.
He said, guys, I don't know how you guys do it all the time, pressing all these buttons with your toes. I gotta stop.
But yeah, well, what I wanted to ask you about is I saw that you posted in FKC that you were looking for a new Canon lens.
Yeah, cool? I have a 10 to 18 millimeter lens, and it's super wide angle, but I'm trying to get more of that blurred background, you know, just get real tight. And so I was looking for a 50 mil lens.
And so you didn't want to buy one brand new because you didn't sell 50 antithesis Kendamas or anything, so you wanted to. Go to FKC and see what you could do because you were Chad Covington, and so. But did anybody comment on it or anything? Did you find somebody to take the bait?
I got a handful of offers, you know, pretty much off the bat. Somebody offered me one for like $250, and
really,
I was like, luckily at the time I had already gotten an offer. From you actually for a
right. I forgot. Lens. Right. Yeah. Well, here, let me show you then. You know, when I saw the guy post the 250 offer, I thought you would take that because that was a steal. Because this thing, man, I paid a lot of money for it. And so whatever you're gonna offer, if you're not gonna do anything, even like if you're scared off by 250, I mean. Well, I all the new antithesis stuff all made with this, and so if I give this to you, you'll be able to make really good videos like me, and I won't be able to anymore.
That lens is like the basketball from Space Jam, dude. It comes with all of Ryan's fucking powers.
Exactly.
I'm really looking to one up my B-roll game, and honestly, the reason I didn't take that 250 offer is because I think I have a better offer, more of a barter. Than a monetary offer.
Right. Do I look better?
That looks nice. That actually looks like sick, 007.
Wow. You're getting a full. Yeah. Now I don't know. I might use this for the show now. Or here, let me.
Just take a piece of packing tape over the front of the lens.
You just take a couple of soul stickers just on each corner of the.
I'll just tape
roll them up and then. That's perfect. Just
this is like experimental Zoom filmmaking.
You got it. You know.
Wow, I think I don't know if I can sell you this now.
I better put up an offer, or else I might lose you on this deal.
He's clearly demonstrating the value of this wonderful lens.
No, for real though. So I'm willing to hear you out. So let me hear what your offer might be for this 50 millimeter Canon lens.
So I was hoping for more of a barter deal rather than, you know, just straight cash for lens, because I could have bought it online anywhere, right?
Right.
So what do you think about potentially another collab in the future? It doesn't, not like a restock or anything, but like a whole new collab.
You could sell another 4 Damas, Ryan.
Marley, what do you think about that?
Well, I think Tony brings up a good point. I mean, 4 more sales. I don't know.
I mean, it's only going to be you buying them, right?
Probably, yeah.
So we finally got to get somebody else to buy them.
Yeah, I mean,
maybe
one
get some
collab is all right, but we've already kind of done that. I feel like you could make the offer a little bit better. I don't know.
Yeah. You know what? You're right. Wait. Okay, so let's
Everybody
say
gets a.
we've already done one collab.
You know, one collab.
Right. Well, I mean, I know we restocked it, but we already did one. Okay. What about?
Everybody gets one.
You know, I don't want you to hesitate. This is a big offer. So, but how about 2 after that? 2 kendamas in exchange for the lens. You just saw it in action, dude.
Yeah, it's a nice lens. Are we talking like 2 kendamas or 2 collaborations? Because that's you know what I mean? Like
what if it
like,
well, okay. How about this? So if it's not 2 new collabs, that's a lot because that's 2 different designs, all that.
Yeah.
What if it's some sort of series? So they have similar designs, but at least if we're gonna do that, it's got to be at least 4 or more.
Yeah, I could vibe with that.
A series is not. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. You could do. Wait. He's doing 12 vibes, so that's nothing to you. Then. Okay.
Yeah, 12. You got to get 12. It's got to be 12.
12. We'll do a whole new series. You go get the vibes all out. Take care of that business.
Yep,
and
sure.
we'll out for the lens. I think that's fair. 12 new kendamas.
I'll meet you in the middle. Let's say, what about 6? How does 6 sound? Right in the middle. 12 in half. Seems
6.
fair.
I mean, okay.
Kid's got a point.
I said I did say more than 4.
More than 4.
It's
A
more
little
than 4.
bit less than 12.
Right. 12. Well, 12 is a lot. I don't think I could. I don't have the fucking energy to design 12 kendamas.
12.
You know what I mean?
I don't know 12
And,
colors.
Yeah. Not
Do
if
they even make that many?
Okay.
What do you think, Marley?
Here's what I'm thinking. Okay, we do 6 designs, but they have to be available in every Walgreens across America.
Hey, that's a good idea. Or if you can't get Walgreens, I'll settle for Dollar General, but worst case scenario, I will do Family Dollar.
We'll take like a Sheets. I mean, anything.
I would next to the plastic army men. I think I can do it.
Kmart, is Kmart still? Are they still in business?
I don't think so.
Yeah, that's.
I think there's one in Bradenton.
We could try to get in the one Kmart in Bradenton if that's.
Yeah,
I think there's really one.
It might be profitable there. There's a lot of actually kendama players in Bradenton, I think, or at least around it.
If they could beat 4, that might be a good option there.
It probably will. Actually.
5 players.
Just go and collab with them.
Yeah, the Kmart kendama.
Yeah, the Kmart.
Skip Sol all together.
Oh my god. Made with the weather pattern design.
Yeah.
Wow.
All right. Okay, I'll settle on 6 then. If we can do 6 new kendamas, but they got to be a part of the series, and we can come up with that later. But for the lens, because I know you're gonna do good stuff with it. I know you have an eye. And you have good things to film.
Yes, too.
You definitely need to get more footage of Alex Mitchell.
Oh yeah, and, that's for
sure. Everything he does needs to be recorded.
That Kush Tama.
So we have it for the history book. And then when you come to Dama to the Death 4, I better see this again, and you better focus it on us.
Sounds like a deal. I'm in.
Okay, then deal.
Count me in.
I'll
shake your hand.
And anything that you do with it.
Well, no, I won't put any sort of license to it or anything.
Okay, all
I
right,
think 6 kendamas is a fair deal. And
yeah,
wow, 6 new kendamas. I feel like every time I do an episode, I just get more kendamas.
Yeah. Would it be a kendama podcast if you
if you're not just constantly extorting people for kendamas?
Extorting them, yeah. That's a good way to put it.
Well, Chad, I guess I'll thank you for not only coming on to the show tonight, but actually for bartering with me. And you're really reasonable, and I think well-tuned businessman. And you totally convinced me about everything with Sol, to work with you, work with your team. Even the release party of the first Antithesis was like a smash, and people still talk to me about that all the time too. And I wish we could have done it again with the second drop, but fuck Covington. Motherfucker, I can't get it right tonight. Really, I appreciate.
We'll take what we can get.
Right. I probably have a speech impediment. I shouldn't have a podcast. But really, I appreciate everything that you've given us, and I want to show you something actually. I have a file cabinet right next to me, and it's funny. I made, you see this? This is one of the Sol stickers, right?
Yeah.
And but wait, I just
one.
said it was on a file cabinet. Did I just peel it off and ruin your very expensive sticker? No, of course not. I got magnetic like tape and taped it to the back of it, and then cut it out, and so I have a Sol magnet now, and it's reusable.
That's the first Sol magnet, I think. Right.
Look at that! I knew it. I knew it'd be something first. So
I have to throw an extra Dama into that deal for that.
Right. I spent
Call it 7.
Yeah.
spent a lot of time cutting out the rays.
That looks
as I was
labor intensive.
Staring at the sun, trying to get the light to cut it out right. So,
it looks good.
Just a magnifying glass.
I'm willing to burn for Sol. So I appreciate everything you do, and I'm looking forward to these 6 new kendamas, whatever the hell they may be. But and then Marley, thank you for being on the show tonight, and then Tony, of course. I always appreciate you joining in on the conversation. So I want to thank you all. And have a good rest of your night. Thanks for being on The Bevel's Advocate.
Thanks for having me. It was a lot of fun. Always a pleasure collaborating with you guys, and stoked for what other 6 kendamas we come up with here pretty soon. So
6 sick new kendamas.
6 sick new kendamas.
No, they can't be sick. There's a pandemic.
Right.
Easy there, COVID.
Right.
COVID.
I'm trying so hard not to say
no more COVID-19.
Coronavirus. Right.
We're really trying to spread these new designs out.
Yes. The antithesis was so infectious that I think these new designs will really spread. The next
I think it's gonna go viral.
Right. We should do another event. We can call it a kendama super spreader. Until next time.
Peace.
Yeah, have a good night, man.